In an era where prices just skyrocketed over the roof on everything, have you ever wondered what can you do to make the most out of your gas money? In today's video, I'll be going over 7 different tips on how you can make the most out of your gas money so you can spend the same amount of money but get more in return. This is going to be a good one, so stay tuned. If this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Dennis, and I share my perspectives, tips, and lessons learned as a past immigrant. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Number 1. Timing matters. Just like your favorite supermarkets as well as retail brands always have different promotions, timing really matters for you when it comes to shopping for gas. In my own observation, I have concluded 2 things. First, evenings are always almost more affordable than the daytimes. Second, there are certain days of the week that tend to be cheaper than the other days of the week. So if you can only get one takeaway from this video today, my recommendation is for you to get your gas on Wednesday and Sunday evenings from the hours of 8:30 to 10:30 in the evenings, and see if you can consistently get a cost saving of 3 to 7% just based on the price drop on a daily basis and weekly basis from your go-to gas stations. 3 to 7% may not sound much every single time, but then consistently, once you do this day after day, week after week, it should translate to a noticeable saving. It will not be a life-altering saving, but this is just something that you can put towards into your future investment portfolio or emergency rainy day funds or whatever you may. Obviously, depending on where you are located in the world, this 3 to 7% savings may not be directly replicable. You can also use an application like Gas Buddy and see if you can monitor your local gas station price changes and then observe and find a pattern for which you can get the best prices on your gasoline purchases around your area. Number 2, get point cards from your gas stations. Now, there are many different gas providers such as Exxon, Chevron, Shell, or if you're in Canada, Husky, Petro-Canada, so on and so forth. As a way for these gas providers to attract and retain customers, oftentimes what they do is they have some kind of rewards program where they give you a membership card or a point card for you to come back to them, and once you spend an X amount of dollar on your purchases, you will then be rewarded with X amount of points that you can use either as a cash discount for your gas purchases or sometimes a free car wash or whatever the case may be. Now, gas is a necessity for those of us who still have a traditional vehicle for us to get from point A to point B. Since we must have gas in our vehicles to travel, we might as well just get the best deal possible when we are shopping for gas. So I will really encourage you to make sure you get a membership card or rewards card from your go-to gas stations and gas providers and use them whenever possible. Number 3, stick with 1 or 2 brands as your go-to gas station. I would really recommend you to just pay a little attention to your local gas station price changes in applications such as Gas Buddy. Now, obviously, I'm not affiliated with Gas Buddy and they're not paying me or sponsoring me. I will recommend you to observe and monitor the gas price changes in the gas stations around you. Now, I'm not asking you to go to a gas station one time in the morning and one time in the evening just so that you can observe the price changes firsthand. But then what I'm asking you to do is to use an application such as Gas Buddy and then just to monitor casually once in a day, once in the evening to see when would be the best deal, whether it's early in the morning, whether it's late in the evening, or it's a Wednesday or it's a Sunday. Obviously, depending on where you are located, the best deal may happen in different times of the day and different times of the week. I'm not affiliated with Gas Buddy, although I would like to be sponsored by them, but then just for the record, you can use whichever tool or application or software or database that may benefit you. Depending on where you're located and your regular traveling arrangements to get to from point A to point B, different routes that you take. Just identify your go-to gas stations. I would recommend no more than 2 gas providers that you frequent, so that you can build up the points much faster. You may not always find the best deal in the gas stations that you frequent the most. However, if you consistently follow the first rule and then use the points cards, you should be able to accumulate the points much faster, so you can get a free car wash or couple bucks off your next gas purchases every 3 or 5 times. Additionally, by just sticking with 1 or 2 brands, you actually build up the points much more faster. It's only then it is meaningful to carry those cards around. Otherwise, all these additional cards will just take up space for no good reason. Number 4, smash that like button and comment down below and subscribe to my channel. It really helps a small channel like mine to grow. Now, the real number 4, pay with a credit card. Now, in today's world, you may have multiple ways of paying for anything, either from cash, either from a debit card transaction, either from a credit card transaction, or other digital forms of payments. You have WeChat Pay, you have Alipay, you have Apple Pay, you have wherever. Whenever possible, please make sure you use a credit card over cash or debit transactions, because at least credit cards give you some points to reward you from using that, as well as a delay in which you have to pay your actual transactions. And then through those rewards points cards on your credit card transactions, at least you can be rewarded with something that you can use towards, like, say, a $50 gift card from Best Buy, or a discount, or a free airfare purchase. It's almost like double dipping with the rewards points from your credit card transactions, as well as the rewards points from your gas station membership cards. Obviously, I'm not asking you to spend unwisely on your credit transactions. It's never fun to get into a credit debt, and it's really hard to get out of that. Additionally, depending on your situation, explore the credit cards that's available to you, because certain credit cards have special emphasis on gas purchases, right? So instead of like a potential 2% cash back on your credit transactions, you may get 4 points, you may get additional, you may get more, right? So it's just something for you to think about and then consider, and then see if this is something you can utilize. Number 5, member-only gas stations. There are certain gas stations that are exclusive to its members only, like Costco, that offer cheaper gas prices than basically everyone out there. I guess for a company, the size of Costco, they create enough economies of scale and basically use the lowest gas price possible in the markets to attract and retain customers. For Costco, since their gas price is almost always more affordable than any other providers, we recommend you to just get gas from them whenever possible. Now, not every Costco has a gas station facility attached to its store, and I don't live next to a Costco gas station. But whenever I do visit one, if I'm around the area, I'll make sure to always integrate Costco gas run as part of my trip whenever possible. Number 6, cross-border or traveling out of town gas purchases. This strategy is probably not gonna be applicable to those of us who do not have to travel out of the town on a regular or even on an occasional basis. But say if you're located in Canada and have to travel down to the States with your own car, it is still probably more cost effective for you to purchase gas in the States than coming back to Canada, even with the current currency exchange rates today. Additionally, for those of you who live in bigger or metropolitan cities, you probably noticed that, although not always true, but usually true, when you travel out of the metropolitan areas to more suburban areas, the gas price is usually a little bit cheaper than what you will be getting in those metropolitan cities, because of taxes, or just the cost of living, and then etc. and etc. So the point being is, whenever you are traveling out of town, make sure you always consider gas purchases as one of the things that you should be doing before you come back to where you live. Number 7, bring additional gas tanks. Now this is probably something for you to consider if you have multiple vehicles at home that are reliant on the traditional gasoline. It may be worthwhile for you to purchase those gas tanks and then just store it on your vehicle whenever you are making a special trip down to the gas station. One gas container purchase probably costs you around $20 or so. And this is something that you can probably offset and then start to see the cost savings fairly quickly, probably within the first couple months. So basically what you do is you take those empty gas tanks with you whenever you make that special trip down to a member-only gas station like Costco, or whenever you're traveling out of town. Now, one thing I would like to caution you is whenever you have those gas containers full of gasoline on your car, make sure you drive and store them properly and safely. Needless to say, when we are only trying to save a few dollars here and there, the last thing we need is a fire or explosion. Before I end this video, for the record, I just wanted to state that for electrical vehicles, it is actually not a part of the tip that I'll be talking about today. Electrical vehicles or EVs are obviously more cost effective, and I do believe in wider use in its future. Not all of us have the luxury or the financial freedom or the convenience to charge those electrical vehicles conveniently in where we live today. So because of that, for today's discussion, EVs are not going to be part of the tip I'll be recommending. Although I do believe in the future of electrical vehicles, and as a matter of fact, I do believe next time when I switch my vehicle, I'll probably be giving EVs a strong consideration just because of the cost savings and whatnot. Okay, you're still here. If I missed anything in today's video, make sure you comment down below and let me know. If there are any topics that you would like me to talk about, make sure you comment down below. And lastly, I would really appreciate you subscribing and then give me a thumbs up so that a small channel like mine can grow, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, I will see you later.